All right, so this is another bonus episode of the OTAP show. In this episode, we're going to be doing the sex and relationship advice, sort of like a column kind of thing. You guys have sent in your emails. Me and Brittany are going to answer those questions, and as long as you guys keep sending them, we're going to keep answering them. Just go to the website, otapshow.com, and put in your anonymous question at the bottom of the page. And we'll get it, and we'll answer it on another bonus episode. Want to kick a special shout out to the Excuse My Ad Lib podcast. That's one of the more premier hip hop podcasts. Shout out to Rose, J Boss, and Big Therm. They came through and showed a lot of love. So go ahead and check them out. Subscribe to them. The current episode that's out right now this week is Vinny. She really poured her heart out and really kind of pulled back the curtain, so to speak, to kind of give you some insight on who she is and why she's done some of the things that she's done, and really gave some insight on mental illness and depression and those type of things. So I want you guys to really check it out. You guys are actually already checking it out, and actually, I don't know, I guess y'all were just waiting for that episode because it kind of skyrocketed to the most downloaded show that I have. So thanks for that. I know she definitely appreciates it. I want you all to check out the preview for next week's show. I'm going to try to do this sort of thing a little more often, give you guys previews of what's coming up. But as a thank you to you all, I want you guys to hear this. Next week, I'm going to be interviewing one of the leaders in the Black Lives Matter movement, Janetta Elzie, one of my closest personal friends. We all know her as Netta. So go ahead and check it out. Esther, when did you realize you were one of the leaders of this movement?
I think it was when I would get invited into rooms, into meetings, into all these backdoor things, and it would be all of the men in the movement who had made themselves really visible, and proclaimed and called themselves leaders. The guys eventually invited me into these rooms. But when I was there, they wouldn't let me speak, or people would ask me questions and then the men would answer, and I was just like, well, what the fuck? They asked me the question, not you.
Right. Are you on, I feel like I read this, and correct me if I'm wrong, are you on the FBI Most Wanted list?
No, I'm not on the FBI Most Wanted list.
Are you on some government list where they watching you or something like that? I feel like I saw that.
Definitely am.
But it's not the FBI Most Wanted list, right? Because I was going to say that's outlandish.
No, the FBI.
So what is that call like? You get the call, you're going to be in Essence. Essence magazine, like for real black.
Yeah, I have no clue. I met this woman who worked at Essence when we were in New Orleans for Essence Fest, and she emails me. I'm laying in the bed, half asleep, dozing off, and my notifications go off. So I'm let me email her back. And she's like, can we hop on the phone really quick? One of the two biggest secrets. We went into 2016 with, I got this cover on the way, and the Rays running for mayor. I'm like, boy, this is a lot. How am I supposed to keep the lid on this?
Right. But when you bought it and you went to the cashier, did the cashier recognize that you were buying your own magazine?
She was an old white lady. And she was like, you know her? And I was like, that's me. And then she picked it up and she was like, oh my gosh, what do you do? And I was just like, I don't know if you do, so you might not get down with what I do.
If you're looking for a show that has formal interviews with few things you can relate to, then this show isn't for you. This is the On the Air podcast starring you, the OTAP Show. What does OTAP stand for? Well, we kind of just told you. These are informal interviews with people from all walks of life, talking about experiences you can relate to. Share in all of the laughs with real stories from real people. Find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Android users can listen on the free Podcast Republic app. Now, get ready for this week's episode. Here's the OTAP Show with your host, Corey.
up, everybody? It's your boy Smooth Over, aka Real Ghost White.
Hey, this is Nikita, aka Jakari Star.
Yo, what's good? This is your boy Bob. And
this is Kaya, aka Black Honey.
Hey folks, this is Corey, the host for Metal for Brains.
Hey girl, she's so pretty.
This is Greg, the infamous New Age Ike Turner.
Kicking it with the homie Corey, aka The Real Shitty. Now you're listening to On the Air Podcast.
And you're listening to the On the Air Podcast.
The On the Air Podcast.
The On the Air Podcast.
Starring you.
Starring you.
Starring you.
Hold on, you got to preface it with what you're telling me because we just started the show, and they don't know the context of what we just talked about.
I'm talking about what happened to me at work today.
All right, you talk up something.
Yeah. So
Don't get upset, man. I want them to hear you too. Like, what the fuck?
dude, calm down. I wasn't upset.
No, we always do this. Like every time we start recording, like you get super low, and I'm just like, yo, we ain't just waking up now.
I'm always low. I stay low and build.
Oh man, that was waka waka waka. Like, I don't know what you wanted me to do with that one, baby. I tried to find some place for it, baby. I just couldn't do it.
Real tears.
All right. Okay. Right when I come back, you start laughing again. All right, look.
I'm sorry, okay.
We were just having a conversation, and I was like, you know what, let's have this on the show. And you was like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna let you take this one.
Oh, we were talking about what I saw on Twitter earlier. The T-shirt from Forever 21. So I guess there's a T-shirt, and it's the guy modeling the shirt, and it's a plain white shirt with big bold black letters, and the shirt says, "Don't say maybe when you want to say no." And so the shirt and Forever 21 has got backlash from the feminist community, stating that the shirt is promoting victim blaming or, like rape culture or whatever. And I mean, I'm a feminist and I'm always down for causes. But for me, I'm like, fam, like, come on now. Like, for me, I'm like, that can be applied to like any random thing. And I retweeted it and I commented, I was like, this could be about taking your grandmama to the grocery store. This could be about telling your kids that you're going to take them to the movies this weekend. Like, that could be about anything. I just disagree. Like, I feel, here's my thing. Now, if you want to say it made you think that because a man was wearing it, that's kind of like, that's unfair to me. But on the second token, what type of person are you if you read that and the first thing that pops into your mind is rape? Like, what type of person are you?
So you asked me what was my first thought, and what did I tell you?
You said sex, and I was appalled.
And so
I was taken aback.
And so when you said that, what was your thought of me at that point? Did you think I was thinking about rape?
Not necessarily so much rape, but like with such a general statement like that, why is sex the first thing that popped into your mind?
Well, I think if anything, it being in Forever 21, thinking about no, no, I mean they got a real cool 32 feet worth of like men's clothes. So I mean I got you, but just being in there and how some of the things are marketed, I think that kind of lend to it. But I think beyond just it being the first thing being sex, that's not the only thing. I think what we were saying before was just how my whole interpretation of it was just in my experience, women have had a tendency to say maybe when they really mean no. And for me, if you reference sex in that regard, my thought is like to me that's sort of devastating because I want women to say no if that's what they mean, because with dudes, and not excusing their behavior at all, but with dudes, like I was saying, was if if the door isn't all the way closed, the door is wide open for dudes. Like if with dudes, you have to say no. If you say maybe, they think they still have they think they still have a shot. Like they think they just bricked it as opposed to airballing it. You know what I mean? And
I agree. I agree with that because I believe I tweeted about this before as well, that a lot of men are socialized to believe that a woman, if the first thing a woman says is no, she don't really mean no. Like you have to basically butter her up or keep working on her until she says yes. You know what I mean? Like, she just playing hard to get, basically. Like, okay, if she said no the first time, she ain't really mean no. She just playing hard to get, but don't give up. I just kind of feel like that's how men are socialized to kind of take, a woman's first response. So I guess I can kind of see see your point there. But I've seen on both sides as well. Like, there are some women who will kind of use maybe as like a tease to kind of string a guy along. There are some women that do that, and I probably would say I may have been guilty of doing that in the past as well.
What?
But I mean, I ain't no angel. I mean, it took me a while to get this holy. But a lot of times, maybe it's the first response out of like fear or nervousness. It's not necessarily.
And that's a point that I hadn't really considered, right? Like I didn't, and I think it's a very valid one. That that it could be out of nervousness. And my first thought was, and maybe this is the ignorance in me, and this part where I could learn. My first thought was if it was in nervousness, maybe that's more of an extreme circumstance, which is probably not. Now that I actually really think about that, give us some examples of what of a situation where a woman would be nervous and she would say maybe as opposed to no.
Well, I don't know if I have a specific scenario, but sometimes, and I can only speak from being a woman, and of course, I'm not speaking for all women, but sometimes you meet a guy and right away, like, I'm gonna jump his bones first chance I get. Some guys some guys you meet and it's like hell to the no. Some guys you meet and you're stuck in limbo. It's like, I like him.
You mean y'all don't be knowing?
You said what?
I said you mean like y'all don't know.
What do you mean?
Like you were saying, like you in limbo, you like him, but something like you not sure.
Not, I mean, I guess yeah. I mean, to put it in the simplest term, you're not sure.
So that's some stuff y'all don't be knowing.
Shut up.
I'm just messing with you, baby. Go ahead.
No more vacations for you. You don't know how to act.
Hey, whatever.
But sometimes it's just like, sometimes it could just be a vibe that a guy gives off. Like for some, like I said, every guy ain't the same, and that's what men need to understand. What she might have did with the last guy don't mean that you're gonna get to pass through the same thing, because the vibe sometimes is just different.
Yep.
Some men just give off this vibe of like being super thirsty to fuck, and you may have been attracted to him and may have thought like, okay, yeah, I can see myself doing that, but it's just something about him that just sends your instincts into overdrive. Like, wait a minute, I don't know, something about dude just saying, I need to hold off. And so if he's prematurely bringing up sex, or just any, he find any and every way to make something sexual, and if you are just not sure if you really want to go there, you know, it can make you a little, just unsure, like, so the maybe is valid. I mean, perhaps we should start, replacing maybe with just being more direct of, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable going there with you right now. It's probably a lot more bolder statement than maybe. But the maybe is valid in that situation because you really are at a place where you just don't know. So if he, you have some men who are like, so are we gonna have sex? I mean, they may not say it, they don't say it like that, but their whole entire aura, just their, just the way that they act, the way that they carry themselves, everything they bring up is about sex, and it could just throw you off. It can make you nervous. So when a man can be super aggressive like that, it can make a woman nervous because she doesn't know if she says no. She doesn't know she has one of them dudes that's gonna be like, well, fuck you then. I paid $17.93 for this date and you ain't finna give me no ass. Like, you just don't know what you're gonna get. So that maybe can simply just be stalling off until you feel more safe and secure, until maybe you can get home and tell them no over the phone.
But do you ever have you ever done that? Have you ever been like maybe and then later got them like you knew you knew in your heart of hearts this shit's probably not going to happen, but you said maybe, and then you got home and was like no.
Yes, because I wasn't comfortable enough to say no because I didn't know the type of dude that I was dealing with. Like dudes who usually act that thirsty for sex usually are also as equally horrible at taking rejection. That's just my experience.
I can see that. So
they're usually as equally horrible at taking rejection. So sometimes you can, and it's not you intending to lead them on. It's more so you just trying to, buy yourself some time until you feel like you're in a more comfortable place or a more comfortable time to let him know, like, nah, I don't really think so. So, in defense of men, I guess, if a woman is saying, maybe, I mean, it's you don't really know if she's leading you on or if she's nervous. But I would say, just to be on the safe side, if a woman says maybe, you should take a maybe as a no. I think treat it as a solid no.
So playing devil's advocate, you're gonna have someone that's gonna be like, why can't she just say no? And after this explanation, like, I get it. Then it goes to, well, why say anything at all? If you know what I mean, like it could just continue to go like deeper and deeper. But I think that's a sound practice. I would tell people, I used to tell dudes all the time, and some women actually, if it ain't a yes, it's a no.
Yeah.
If it's a yes is real, cut and dry. Like a maybe that you a maybe is some shit you trying to turn into a yes. And I think that's where dudes feel like they gotta, like I said, the door ain't all the way closed. It's open. They feel like they gotta turn that shit into a yes. Yeah, you ain't gotta work for a yes. A yes is just a yes. So with the shirt, do you think that it's such an outrage because it's just one more thing that people are one more way to instruct women to try to do something?
Well, from what I read from the little, I mean, I didn't, to be quite honest, I didn't fully read it and engage as much as I probably should have because I felt like I saw enough.
I did that earlier today with something else.
I feel like I saw enough to make my own opinion about it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, everything is about perception, and not that I'm trying to dismiss anybody else's perception, but it's like really, like really. I mean,
would you wear the shirt?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that answers
I
that.
would, because, like I said, I feel like it's just a general statement that can be applied to so many things.
Do you think people overreacted?
Yeah. I'm not even going to try to be politically correct. Yes.
Have you seen the outrage any place other than Twitter?
No, that was the first. I mean, actually, it wasn't tweets. It was an article that I read.
Okay.
Somebody tweeted the article, but I didn't see like actual tweets of women being outraged over it. Remember, I don't know if you remember, but I want to say last year sometime, when Victoria's Secret had their fashion show, Lane Bryant, I think, had their models.
Oh man!
And it was kind of like a big bitch versus skinny bitch battle, and it was like, and that was more loud and outspoken, and you see the tweets, you saw people tweeting about it. This was something that just so happened to pass my timeline that I saw somebody else retweet. So I don't think it made as much of a widespread outrage as some other things have. But just even with that, I'm just like, really? Honestly, really? Yeah. And for me, it's like we're definitely in a period of time where racial tensions are very high. Women's voices, women's rights, are being very more vocal. Just activism across the board for all type of different social injustices are at a peak right now, and I'm finding that in that the room for the room for satire is even being, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you have to be politically correct.
Everybody is sensitive about everything.
Everything is a trigger. Everything is sensitive. And it's like being oppressed is already depressing and tiring and a lot of shit to deal with. So you mean to tell me that I can't put that shit aside sometimes and just have a laugh and laugh at something?
And you know what? I do. And you have to be in a certain space where if you're going to do that, you can't care what other folks think in that regard, right? So, like for instance, Bruce Jenner, when he decided to call himself Caitlyn, and I still get confused with the right pronouns I'm supposed to use with this
You're
dude.
supposed to call her a her.
All right, so fuck it, whatever. These jokes is gonna fly, you know what I mean? And that's just maybe for me, that's how I come to become comfortable with it. Because with Bruce Jenner, there was this period like when the guy decided to when Bruce, I'm gonna just start saying the name. When Bruce Jenner decided to become Caitlyn, there was this period where you were supposed to immediately become accepting of this, and that's just not how the shit worked, right? He didn't immediately become accepting of that until like it took him years to warm up to that.
You tried it.
So you expect me the second that he find him some pumps that he comfortable in to be like, oh, okay, cool, fuck no. And for me, and maybe a lot of other people, when we get these jokes off, it's not maybe so much about disapproval, and that's what I think people get that messed up a lot. Like for instance, with my family, me and my family, and even with you and I, we crack jokes on each other all the time, and that's love. That's not disapproval. Now, I'm not saying I have this I have this absorbent amount of love for dude. I mean, I appreciate what he did in the Olympics and the history and things like that. But maybe that's a form of acceptance. Maybe that's me warming up to it. Because when my sisters, they bring like new dudes around, we see if they can handle the jokes, and if they can, yeah, we accept it. And so I think when people crack their jokes on them, I think that's exactly what it is, and that's fine. And that's how we as a people become comfortable with it. Because eventually the joke get old, and you either gonna fuck with him or you're not,
Right.
or her, Caitlyn. I'm sorry, man. And I don't want to be disrespectful and say he, she, because that's fucked up. But Caitlyn, Caitlyn is still Jenner, right? Don't she?
Yes.
Well, you know what? Let's go turn. I ain't finna get into that.
You know what though? If she was really real, she would have came out as Caitlyn Kardashian. Now, if she was really real,
yeah, if she was,
if she was really real, she would have came out as Caitlyn Kardashian, and she would have spelled it with a K instead of a C.
Absolutely, absolutely, KK. She would have been like, "I'm KK." So yeah.
But I don't fuck with her like that though.
No, I mean it's just she's very hard to look at. If I'm going to judge you as a woman, you're a handsome looking woman.
Really?
You're not. I just if you want me to judge you as a woman, you ain't it. You know what I mean? And so, but that's anyway. That's that. You want to answer some relationship questions?
Sure.
All right. Let me pull out.
So, is there a reason that I wasn't allowed to see the questions?
Yeah, you didn't ask. That was it.
Well, let's put on record that I also wasn't aware that we were. But anywho, yeah, let's answer some questions.
Hey, babe. Hey now. Hey, love.
Hey now. Hey now.
Hey, baby.
Yes.
I don't want to fight no more.
You know what, Daddy?
I want us to be together again. I want us to answer these. I want us to answer these questions together, baby.
We'll get the questions.
And to be fair, I didn't really read the questions. I mean, I glanced over it to make sure I wasn't from me saying no bullshit, but I didn't really comprehend them, so I don't have an opinion on them one way or the other. So we'll be coming to this together.
Okay.
All right. We cool again?
Yes, baby.
You high five me? Can we have a high five moment? You got your hand up?
Yep.
You want to high five me? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do the high five sound?
Nope.
It ain't a high five then. It's a high miss. Anyway, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. This one is they were anonymous, so to identify it, so you know that who you are, they put in the name slot A9421. Subject: love and relationships. All right. Hi, Pinky and Shitty. I love that you're doing this segment. I really enjoy your perspective. I'm about to hit my mid 20s, and like most women, I've never had too much trouble attracting the mostly unwanted attention of men. But as a curvy, buxom woman who developed quite early, building my confidence and self esteem in that whole realm has been a long journey. I avoided dating and relationships in my younger years, mostly out of the disinterest and focus on school and career, but also partially because of my focus on self love and whatnot. Last year, however, I found myself in a weird relationship with a fine young thing who I naturally believe was as attracted to me as I was to him. Turns out he was ashamed of my size and overall appearance. We'd spend all of our free time together, and he'd sip to me about being his soulmate and the best thing that has happened to him, while secretly mocking me and allowing his closest friends to speak ill of me and telling them that I'd be perfect if I was in someone else's body. His type is thinner, racially ambiguous, long curvy hair, the usual. I soon discovered that he was one of those sociopaths, damn, who had no problem fucking big girls. I'm sorry.
Don't laugh.
No. I think she said it to be comical. I'm not sure. I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at the line. I'm laughing at the line because I'm picturing this shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I promise you, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you. I'll start over. I soon
I got your back, A9 421.
I soon discovered that he was one of those sociopaths who had no problem fucking big girls repeatedly while shouting from the rooftops what his actual type was. Needless to say, I ended things. I know I'm a bad bitch. Ask about me.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, right? But all of this has adamantly left me feeling a bit wounded. I guess I'm asking what red flags are there for this shit and how to avoid coons like him moving forward. You want to take this one first, or you want me?
You already laughing. You ain't no good.
No, that last line was that was hey, that was cool. That was all right.
Honestly, sweetheart, I think that are you already are there. You ended it. See, there's different type of people, right? There's people who will consciously be in that situation and stay in it, hoping that they're going to see signs that it's not what they really know it to be. Does that make sense, baby?
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I follow you.
So, for me, whenever I've been in a situation where I realize, okay, this guy not really feeling me like that, my disappointment comes into me feeling like I got played. No. Let me change that. Not that I got played, that I let my guard down and I made myself vulnerable. Not so much being disappointed in the man. So I think I can kind of relate to, her saying, how do I avoid this shit? Because you seem like you're very sure of yourself, very confident that you have a good head on your shoulders. And that's great. And sad to say, that does not make you immune to dealing with fuck niggas, unfortunately.
Okay.
So as far as red flags, there's not really gonna always be a red flag. I think that people, especially men, want to make it seem as if all of the cards are always laid out on the table. We're supposed to know right away. No, fuck that. And I consider myself to be a person that is very good at judging character, but I'm not God. I'm not telepathic. I can't see into the future. What makes you stronger, or what helps you to learn, is when you've experienced the bullshit and you're able to know how to maneuver or handle that type of thing in the future. So you may be able to recognize if a dude is not really into you or doesn't value you because of your looks and your appearance, but it's going to be something else that you're going to encounter maybe with another dude that's going to be new, and you're going to be like, oh, what the fuck? So the reason for me saying this is that I don't want I don't want you to look at dating as you having to have all of this prophetic monk type foresight where you can avoid all roadblocks in dating, because you can't. No matter how bad of a bitch you are, no matter how on top of your shit you are, you just can't. And you don't want to approach dating like that, because then you're going to take all the fun out of it. And then what might happen is you might cause yourself to become overly sensitive. And I'm only speaking from experience, because I just, for some reason, certain things that she said, I just relate to. So I think that you are already ahead of the game. You recognize that dude didn't value you, didn't see your worth. You recognize that he was, in it for the wrong reasons, and you ended it. That's that's sometimes the hardest thing for women to do, is simply end something. So the fact that you had enough strength and confidence to end it because you know your worth, what else more is there to do?
So
That's the biggest struggle for a lot of women, is to be able to end it. And that's mostly because a lot of women hate to be wrong. They may know, I don't really think dude is into me, but they have this fear of, well, what if I ended and then come to find out he really wasn't like that? He really did like me. No, trust yourself all of the time. Trust yourself.
so here's my take on it. So I agree, right? So they're really approach the situation, approach the next situation where that you probably won't see a red flag. But the thing is if there is a red flag, you don't need me, or you don't need her or anybody else to tell you that it's a red flag. You know it's a red flag, but it's what you decide to do from the point you recognize it. And a red flag is anything that makes you feel differently than what you walked into the situation thinking that it was. And if something like that comes up, you can't sweep that under the rug. You want to jump in and you want to figure out what that is and explore it to make sure that, okay, maybe I'm not tripping, or maybe I am tripping, as for like checks and balances. Because she's right. If you approach every situation going in, like if you go into your next situation worried about this happening again, then you're going to spend more time creating a problem in the relationship while still liking this dude and wanting this dude to be around you and expecting him to stay around that long until you get past this problem. And people aren't, that's not fair to them, and really ultimately it's not fair to you, because why, instead of enjoying this situation or the relationship or whatever it is, you're worried about them trying to get over it. And really, in any situation, that's no way to live. I would hope that hold on. I would hope that the next time this, if hopefully it doesn't happen, but if it did, I don't know how long it took you to realize it in this situation, but I would hope that if it happens again, it doesn't take as long, takes a shorter amount of time for you to end it. Like I said, I don't know how long this situation was. Hopefully it's shorter and you move on, because you're already ahead of the game. You are already in a good space mentally, from what I can tell, and that's really important, because some women never reach that point.
Right. Yeah. And another thing is that our subconscious is way more powerful than we give it credit to.
Man, absolutely.
Our subconscious works even when our conscious isn't working, and that's how powerful it is. So me bringing that up is saying, if you are if your concern is how do I make sure that the next man I run into or that I date is really attracted to me and my body, and he's not going to be ashamed of me. If you allow that to be the one thing that you want to avoid, I'm not saying it's not important, but if you allow that to consume your subconscious, even when you think you have on your poker face, that mentality is going to spill out in more ways than you won't even recognize that it is. So it can cause it to become counterproductive because where you're trying or where you think you're trying to show all these other great qualities about you and that you're not just your size or your body or you're this or you're that, you'll start to become defensive or you'll start to become extremely sensitive and you won't recognize it. So whereas you really do have self-confidence, it may come off like you don't. So you may in turn actually run some dudes away.
Yep.
So I would say, this one situation I would say is isolated and it's very unfortunate. And you have every right to feel wounded because you opened up, your heart, mind, body to someone who you thought really liked you. And regardless of the reason why they did or didn't, it doesn't matter. You were vulnerable and they disappointed you and you have every right to feel wounded. But do not allow the reason for that not working to consume you. You have to charge every bad dating situation, every bad relationship. You just have to charge it to the game. You can't allow the reasons for them failing to consume you because you're bigger than that. And each one is going to be something different. The next one may not have anything to do with what this one was about, maybe something completely different. So imagine that's what baggage is. Imagine if every reason why a man decided he didn't like you or he didn't want you, imagine if you started carrying that around with each and every relationship and dating. You're eventually going to become a shell of your previous self. So don't be too consumed in the reason why. Just be happy that you got out of it. Take the time that you need to heal, and you'll be okay.
I'm looking back over it, and I'm gonna throw another perspective out there. I'm gonna say consider that he actually probably does really like you. I'm looking at her where she's saying he's a younger dude. I don't know how much younger. I don't know the age ranges here. Um, but it sounds like he might actually like you, but where you still don't want him, he's and this is a product of youth. He can't get past the ridicule of his friends, and
Which that makes him a boy.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, that just gives you a few things to look for and to consider. But I think overall, I think you're in a really good place.
I don't really think you needed our help at all.
No. I think she just needed a platform to say he's one of those sociopaths who has no problem fucking big girls repeatedly. I think
if we was messy, we'd tell you to drop that act, but no, because you know me, I flame his ass right on time. I don't give a fuck.
Matter of fact, if you kind of want to, if you want to put the ad out there, hey, I ain't all that opposed to it. Let the timeline get at him real quick, one time. So you want to send that to us? We'll do that. But then, so yeah, you want to do another one, babe? All right. So this one is from. She says her name is Rain. And then this subject is snatched. This one
is it spelled like rain or like rain?
It's spelled Rayne.
Oh damn, I was way off. Okay.
Oh, you thought like rain, like
RAIN or REIGN.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. That's it was neither one of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds the same, baby. So good job.
Innovation. Right?
The subject is snatched, and I'm going to read this.
Snacks.
Snatched. snatched.
Oh, like edges. Okay.
Yeah, I believe this is a serious question. She took the time to send it to us. Um, but I believe it's intended to be humor, so that's cool. My man is a serial hair puller. I wear wigs and weaves often, daily, and during sexy time. And even if I didn't, I just ain't with the shits. I don't really care if he doesn't like them. They're here to stay, and I'm candid about what I prefer. So he knows. What do I need to do short of welding a silk bonnet to my head to keep my pieces secure and on my head where they belong?
Wait.
So her dude. Yeah, that's exactly what this says.
This took a turn way other than what I thought it was going to be.
Hey, it did be the same.
So I thought, like, when you read like the first line or whatever, I thought she was saying, like, her dude is like, into pulling hair, and she's tired. She don't really know how to tell him, like, I don't like my hair pulled.
I think that's what it is, but she's trying to adapt.
But wait, though. But now I'm thinking that because she said they're here to stay, and he's gonna have to deal with it. So now I'm thinking that he literally snatches her wigs off because he don't like her wigs, and this ain't got nothing to do with sex.
Nah, well,
No, maybe reread it. Like,
I wear wigs.
Pay attention to the context.
I wear wigs and weaves often, daily, and during sexy time. And even if I didn't, I just ain't with the shits. I don't really care if he doesn't like them. Oh shit, you right. I don't really care if he doesn't like them. They're here to stay, and I'm candid about what I prefer, so he knows. What do I need to do?
Or maybe it's both. So maybe she don't like having her hair, because she said even if I didn't, I'm not with the shit. So she just don't like having her hair pulled. Period. And but now I can't determine if he's a hair puller or just a wig snatcher.
No, he's definitely a hair puller. She said that he's a serial hair puller. I think like this is just one of those things that he's into, and I think she's well. I don't think she's into it like he is, but I think she's willing to bite the bullet for her dude, and I think she's trying to be accepting of it. I think the question is she's trying to figure out a way to cope. What do I need to do short of welding a silk bonnet to my head to keep my pieces secure and on my head where they belong?
Oh, so he gets a little rough with the hair pulling.
Yeah.
And he's pulling her wigs off.
Or some pieces out. So I think first of all,
so back when I wore wigs,
Wait, before you do that, she just need to tell him to chill out.
See, here's the thing about men. You have to spell shit out for men.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this like y'all slow. Men just don't get it because they don't have to do or deal with the same things that we have to deal with. So you have to spell it out for them.
She got to sit him down and say, look, if she's willing to play along with it, she's got to tell him what the limit is. When you start seeing my eyes look Asian, that is entirely too much. She's trying to cope. I don't know, like, if she's asking how can she do her hair, that's definitely your realm. But if she's asking like how to get him to chill out, she just got to
see. I mean, I just have so many questions. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, sis, you could have, because I'm a woman, right? I was gonna ask, Baby, are you wearing lace fronts? Are you doing half wigs, baby? What are you doing? Are you doing full ones? Do you have clip ins? Are you doing tape? Are you doing glue? Like I have questions,
So
and I feel like I can't help her to my full potential
so
because I have so many
this is what we're
questions.
gonna do. We're gonna answer this the best way we can at face value. And Rain,
I'm
what
gonna
we
say,
want you to do is email us back some more details.
look, I'm gonna just say this: whatever situation you got going on with your wigs and your hair, baby, because that's important. Just let his ass know. And men speak the language of bills. So if you present that shit to him like a bill, like, look, babe, if you keep pulling this shit out, this how much I'm gonna have to keep paying to get this shit done. And if you want to keep pulling my hair, then you gonna need to start sharing the expense and me keeping this shit up. You might have to speak some different type of languages so that he can get it. I'm just saying, you got to spell
Yeah, but
stuff
if
out
he's
for
okay
men.
with that, she's still in the same place.
Well then
She got to
she
determine if
needs
she's
it.
cool with this and to what extent.
Right, because it sounds like she's mad indifferent with the hair pulling shit. It's just like
She like it. She just
problematic.
don't like the shit. She don't like tracks
No,
being
because
pulled out.
she said even if I didn't wear wigs, I ain't with the shits. So she's mad and he if he stopped pulling her hair tomorrow, she would be okay. She would not be mad if he stopped the hair pulling. So we know that that's the thing, but she wants to meet him halfway, and that's what you do when you're in a relationship. You try to meet your partner halfway. She trying to meet him halfway, but she getting annoyed because he fucking up all her good wigs. Cause them shits is not cheap. I don't know. She gonna have to get back to me on what kind of wig she wearing because I don't know. Like my thing is, damn, you wear them during sex? You wear them to sleep? You ain't hot? See how
So
you just got too many questions.
this is what she's gonna have
But
to do. I got you right here, because I'm reading it over again. I got it. This is gonna answer all of it. She asks, "What do I need to do short of welding a silk bonnet to my head to keep my pieces secure and on my head where
I
they
found
belong?"
the answer. I
She
just
got
thought of the answer.
she got to wear a helmet.
Helmets.
Oh shit! And that's why we
Get you a helmet, baby.
Get you a helmet. Go ahead and get you a nice full back helmet.
Or else you gonna end up like Gina ass then on Mario with that motherfucking head. Anyways, get you a helmet, baby. We
Exactly.
figured
Get
it
your
out.
helmet.
Helmets.
Exactly.
This is what we here for.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, listen, we're not professionals, but we can give your situation a second look.
You know what? We getting good at this. Actually, let me get the next question. I'm feeling like Eon in this bitch.
All right, let me see. Let me see. I got one that I think is kind of humorous, and I got one that I'm pretty sure is more serious.
I can go with either one. It don't matter.
All right. Let's keep in line with this one. All right. I'm new to sex and physical intimacy, and now that I'm doing it routinely, I want to experience variety. And an orgasm would be nice too. But my partner isn't very adventurous, attentive, or intimate. I'm always initiating with a bit of that I know, but I'm always initiating with the bit that I know. But if I leave it up to him, he'll only hit it from behind on missionary. He's 27, athletic, big dick, and boasts of his past sexcapades, but it all just seems so bland to me. Since I'm still learning, I asked him how he thought I was in bed, and he said, our sex kind of vanilla. I agree, but was so offended. Does this dude?
Our sex is what?
He said our sex is kind of vanilla.
Okay, go ahead.
I agree. That's Time out. Time out.
Fam.
Just listen. Give us a
Do
second.
not fucking call my sex vanilla, Joe. I swear to God, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. Don't do it. No. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Our sex kind of. I asked.
Can at least be vanilla bean. I mean,
exactly.
Damn. Like, I mean, butter pecan.
French vanilla.
Right. Just straight vanilla.
All right, let me go back. I asked him how he thought I was in bed, and he said our sex kind of vanilla. I agreed, but was so offended. Was she offended because he didn't say vanilla bean? Or some other shit?
She was offended because her favorite flavor is probably strawberry.
Baby, our sex kind of strawberry. I'm like, ooh, okay. I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry, we don't have ice cream sex. We have gelato.
You know, okay. I agree.
Wow. You know what?
What?
Okay. I already know what you was going to say.
What was I about to say?
Going.
What was I about to say?
You was about to say you never had gelato.
But I had you.
So you had gelato. Let's go blue.
I agree, but was so offended. Does this dude expect me to bring all the spice? See, she want vanilla beans. She don't want just. I'm still riding with training wheels, and there's but so much amateur porn. A girl. What did she say? Hold on. Hold on.
Amateur wheels.
She said, "I'm still riding with amateur wheels, and there's but so much amateur porn, and girl talk can teach me." She's saying there's only so much amateur porn, and girl talk can teach her. So she want us to.
She riding with training wheels.
I don't think she meant literally. My first thought was literally, because that's some freaky shit.
No.
Like by training wheels, like are they skates or they inline? Because we might need to try that.
I was gonna say double entendre, but never mind.
You want some training wheels, man? You want some skates?
This is not about us. We're trying to help the people here.
All right. Because that roller girl shit could be kind of dope.
Baby.
All right.
Finish the thing.
That was it. I'm still riding with training wheels, and there's but so much amateur porn and girl talk. There's only so much that it can teach me. Help. All right.
Okay, here's my
Go ahead.
thing.
This is you, man.
Why are they acting like they are only supposed to be fucking each other?
Well, no. This is why.
Subjecting yourself
He's
to
not.
sex.
He's not. I guarantee it. She is because she's kind of new to it. So
I'm sorry, boo. You gonna hey, look. Wait a minute. Okay, you know what?
He's 27 and athletic, and she says he has a big dick. She thinks she hit the jackpot, and this is where she needs to be. And so she's in a mode where she can't see herself fucking somebody else, or she's worried about judgment.
Hit what jackpot? The nigga ain't made you come. Do you know how many niggas? Well, actually, you know what? This is 2016. A lot of men aren't all that excited to have virgins these days. But anyways.
I don't think she's a virgin, but she
says she's new to sex.
Yeah, but I think what I'm getting from that is that she's. You think she's a virgin?
Started. She just got
But
started.
this ain't the dude that took her virginity though.
She just got started.
She probably in what? She no more than 3 maybe. Maybe this. No, this is probably her second dude.
Maybe, but it sounds like number 1.
You get number 1 vibe from this one?
Yes. Because she feel like she hit the jackpot. Don't nobody feel like they hit a jackpot with an athletic dude with a big dick who don't make them come. You feel like you hit the jackpot with that nigga when you 17, not when you motherfucking damn near 30.
Maybe she is damn near 17 or 18. She don't have her age here.
I don't give a fuck how athletic and how big the dick is. If you ain't making come, ain't no jackpot, bitch. Ain't it? It don't exist. So this is her first. This is her first. That's why she's clinging on to him, and that's why she feels like she hits the jackpot. Boo, it's time to kick the whole phase into overdrive. You need to go out there and find you a nigga. to make you come. That is my answer. That is all that I have to say.
I think she knows what she wants. I think she's just scared to go out there and get it. She's saying, I want to experience variety, and an orgasm would be nice too. And I think to save face, she's probably thinking variety as in a lot more from this person. But I think she want more than just this person.
Even the most ain't shit niggas still want to make you come. If that nigga don't even care that he ain't gave you an orgasm, he just don't give a fuck.
She can't be leading him to believe that he has either. You can't be you can't be conditioning that shit because you will never come that way. And she probably need to touch herself some more.
Some dudes really are lazy lovers, though. I mean, some women are too. Maybe she a lazy lover. Maybe they both lazy lovers. And that's disastrous. Two lazy lovers together.
Yeah,
Jesus,
like,
what are y'all doing with y'all life? Child, you need to find you somebody else to fuck, because he definitely fucking somebody else. Ain't no way he getting vanilla sex and that's it. No, he getting Neapolitan. You the vanilla, somebody else the chocolate, somebody else the strawberry. He getting everything that he want and then some. So you need to do the same thing.
Have you tried talking to the dude?
Why are we doing so much talking?
No. Here's what I'm saying. In any situation, you want to, and if you want to have a shot at making the sex good with this person, baby, it's worth. No, listen, it's worth talking to try to figure out where we fucking up at. If she's hell bent on it, I'm with you. She need to get out there and fuck. She need what y'all say. She need to go out and do me.
Baby.
She need to go out and fuck. She need to fuck a lot.
I understand, baby, that you are very considerate.
It's not even about considerate. It's about making sure that your time isn't wasted.
But baby, listen to me. Listen to me, okay? Out of all the shit that she said, you know, the one thing she didn't say.
What?
She didn't say I love him. And she didn't say that we in a relationship together.
I'm not saying she needs to try to
Can I finish my thought?
I thought you was done.
When we get off this podcast, I'm going to do something to you.
Ooh-wee.
She didn't say I love him, and she didn't say we in a relationship. So that lets me know the only attachment that she has to him is the fact that this is her first sex partner.
It's her second. Okay?
Baby.
I want you to email us back and tell us which one this is.
I need you to follow me on this. The only attachment that she has is that this is her first sex partner. And he probably knows that he's her first sex partner. So he's probably trying to save her feelings by not cutting the shit off, because he probably thinks that it would crush her because he knows he's her first. So y'all got a huge elephant in the room. And it ain't just his dick, okay? The huge elephant in the room.
Oh, I see what you tried to do there. Ah.
The huge elephant in the room is that y'all are fucking each other out of convenience. And that ain't making you come. So, unless this is a dude that's like really into you and he's really on some I really care about you shit and what can I do to make this better, it doesn't sound like he is. Because if he said that the shit is vanilla, that means it's vanilla for him too. Has he expressed to you what he wants you to do better? No, because he don't have no attachment to your ass. So if you want to experience other things, go and do the shit. The only attachment that you have to him is that he's your first, and that's bullshit. So
I'm gonna ask
go out there, do you.
I'm gonna ask our listeners, send a hashtag to OTAP show and tell us if you think this is her first, or if you think this is her second.
It's her first.
I'm pretty smooth on this being her second.
It's her first.
Hashtag OTAP show.
Why would she be afraid of judgment if she's already been with a second man? That doesn't make sense. She's afraid of judgment because this is the only man that she's been with. So she's afraid that if she go fuck somebody else, now she got another body added on. It's her first.
Nah, I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. My thing is this: I'm not saying I'm an advocate for her going out there and fucking more people. But what I'm saying is, if you're just so hell bent on it being this person, talk talk to him. See what he want. See what you're not doing. But you have to be willing to have that conversation. And this isn't anything just for this dude. Like this is for the next 12 dudes you fuck. Maybe not at the same time because that's a long conversation.
But you know why that's not gonna. You know why that's probably not gonna work.
It's good practice.
No. Listen, hear me out. That's probably not gonna work because she's new to sex, so she don't even really know what it is that she wants.
That's why
I said know that she's not getting it.
That's why I said she need to touch herself.
You can't go to a dude and be like, I'm not satisfied when you can't tell him what it is that you want to be satisfied. It's gonna take you stumbling across a nigga that know what the fuck he doing. He gonna put it on your ass, and that's how you gonna know what the fuck you want. I'm sorry, that's how the fuck it goes. Going, having, doing all this kumbaya shit with dude.
We saying the same thing. I'm not against what you saying, baby.
This kumbaya shit. Let's sit and talk about what I need.
Babe, I'm not against what you. I'm not against what you said. We saying the same thing.
Cut this lazy dick nigga off.
She not gonna cut him off. She not gonna cut him off. Not yet.
Cut this nigga off.
Right, that's what she should do, but that's not what she gonna do.
Keep him on deck for when you just need to fuck to be fucking. But if you want to orgasm, go find you a nigga that can get the job done.
All right, we hear what you're saying, babe, and I'm with you on that. She's not gonna do the shit. So this is what you could do to attempt to make your situation better. He don't give a fuck. But if you trying to exhaust every last action, but again, you're not gonna know how to tell somebody else to touch you if you don't know how to touch yourself.
Yeah, do that too.
Give yourself an orgasm so you know what the standard is.
Yeah, do that too while you daydreaming about another nigga.
All right, I'm gonna save the rest of them for another time.
No, I want to answer them.
No, because I'm getting tired.
You had a whole week off of work. Fuck is you tired for?
Oh, okay. All right.
It's just Tuesday.
Yeah, I know it's just Tuesday. We'll pick up this one next time. Send us an email at OTAP at writeme.com. That's OTAP at WRITEME.com with your sex and relationship questions. And you will have yours heard on the show also.
And another thing, y'all know how I am. I dissect every situation. So if you want me to answer questions, you don't have to give me enough information so I can give you the right answer. Like the wig
already
story.
Know women ain't finna give you a lot of detail.
Story. Wig lady, I need you to holler back at me and give me more details, okay? I need to know what type of wigs you wear so I can give you a real answer. And new sex lady, I know that this is your first. I know it is. All I need you to do is tweet me and be like, yes. Just say yes, blink once for yes.
She ain't gonna tweet you because she don't want you to know who she is.
Okay, whatever.
Send us an email. Just let us know.
Send us an email, but I know it's your first. I know it is because I'm smart and I know what I'm talking about. I know it's your first.
It's definitely her second. And if you want to,
it's her first.
If you want to put $5 on it, I'll take that back.
$5.
$5.
$5
it is.
I'm gonna take your money, homeboy.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh shit! you already know in terms of getting enough detail the first time. You already know women gonna give you enough detail for you to take her side. But yeah, you're right. We do need if you give us a little bit more detail. I would like to know if you're a male or a female instead of just assuming. I think it's pretty safe to say that these were probably all females. Probably.
Now, if it's a gay dude getting his wig snatched, I ain't got no answers for you.
I don't really know what to say. You really need to go put on a helmet for real.
that's a whole nother realm of shit that I ain't equipped to answer. So if you a dude with a wig, never mind.
Exactly.
But if you a woman with a wig, then holler back at me.
You got anything else for him before we go, babe?
Oh, you know what? I haven't been on Snapchat in a while. So I'm going to be on Snapchat and, Pinky Chronicles coming soon. So
I
if you
saw
don't
that.
follow me,
What is Pinky Chronicles gonna be?
oh, just, some random soliloquies, monologues, shit like that.
Oh,
Normal hood.
them weak ass jokes.
Normal hood rat shit. So if you don't follow me on Snapchat, my Snapchat name is Inky Pay, Pig Latin for Pinky.
You just confused the hell out of some people, dude.
INKYPAY. Inky Pay.
All right, there it is. Follow us on Twitter. She is at Pinky Balboa. I am at The Real Shitty, or you can at The Real Shitty, or you can follow the show. What's you laughing at? Why we can't get through this? What's up?
You said The Real Shitter.
I did not say shitter.
You did.
SCHITTY if you look at how to spell it. I'm Corey and she is Pinky. We'll get back at you.
Shitty the shitter.
I'd like to thank our guests for coming on today. And if you would like to be a guest on the show, send an email to otap@writeme.com. Follow the conversation on Twitter by searching the hashtag OTAP, that's OTAP, or following us on Twitter at OTAP Show. You can find the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Android users can listen to the podcast on Podcast Republic. Just download the app and search OTAP Show. On behalf of our guest, I'm your host, Corey, and I'll see you back here next week on the Air Podcast, starring you.